Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future. You want to kill me. Shut. She's a witch. I'm a watchman. She's a witch. Get that stupid girl out of here. Okay? That's why you got Rihanna over there all jealous. Because how am I, because her faith is the devil. Rihanna's faith is the devil, okay? I don't like her, and she's always trying to steal from me. And she has not ever put out any music to reach people. She only did her little music thing so that she can do witchcraft and so that she can steal from people. So everybody, please, don't listen to her, don't follow her, don't give that girl any air, space, or time, because she's stealing from you. Okay, she's stealing from you.
Lord God, I pray that you yank Rihanna by her freaking wig, by the mop on her head, and throw her all the way across darkness. In Jesus' name. Her spirit is in the spirit of the world, and it is very non-purposeful. Very non-purposeful. And it's very intrusive, and I rebuke it in the name of Jesus.
You don't expect the sound of gunfire to be the thing that snaps your night in half when you're inside your own home. Not when your kids are nearby, not when your family is around you, not when everything feels controlled, contained, predictable. That's the illusion people live in, that home equals safety. But for Rihanna, that illusion shattered in seconds. It didn't start with panic. It didn't start with screaming. It started with confusion, a sound that didn't make sense at first, something metallic, something out of place, the kind of noise your brain tries to rationalize before it accepts the truth. Maybe something fell, maybe something hit the trailer, maybe it's nothing, but then it happened again and again, louder this time, sharper, more deliberate. And that's when it hit her, not gradually, not piece by piece, but instantly. Those weren't random sounds, those were shots. Before we go deeper into how close this situation actually got and why people are now saying this wasn't random at all, hit like and subscribe, because this isn't just a celebrity headline, this is one of those moments that forces you to look at how fast things can turn real and how thin the line is between online obsession and real-world danger.
7834, Roger.
All units, attention on the shooting just occurred. Suspect vehicle is a white Tesla Model 3 license plate David Paul 38.
Now, here's where it becomes something you can't just scroll past. Rihanna didn't freeze. She didn't sit there trying to figure it out. She didn't wait for confirmation. She moved immediately. She woke as soon as possible Rocky up and told him exactly what was happening. No sugarcoating, no hesitation, we're being shot at. And then she dropped down and pulled him with her. That moment right there, that's the difference between reaction and instinct. And instinct doesn't come from thinking, it comes from recognizing danger before your brain fully processes it. Because seconds matter in situations like this. Not minutes, not even full moments, seconds. And those seconds were everything. Because when investigators later examined the scene, the reality hit harder than the sound ever could. Multiple bullet impacts, not scattered randomly across a wide area, not distant, not misdirected. Direct contact with the trailer, the windshield, the side panels, the exact space where Rihanna had been standing just moments earlier. You don't need to overanalyze that. That's proximity. That's alignment. That's how close this came to being something irreversible. And what makes it even heavier is what was happening beyond just that trailer. This wasn't an empty property.
There's an energy trying to literally throw a ray of, what is it? A ray of force at me to push me down. I don't want you, and you don't go there. And you know what? God's judgment is going to be overwhelming against you when he grabs you and throws you down. I've already seen it. You saw Rihanna. You saw her picture. She has a very big forehead and an ugly, ugly nose. That's God's judgment on her. I keep telling her to stop harassing me. To stop harassing me. And she keeps doing it. She keeps harassing me. And I already bought stock in Ulta, and I have staked in Ulta. So now those energies can't harass me when I go into Ulta anymore. When I go into Ulta, the devil tries to antagonize me or instigate against me by the pictures that are there. But you know what? I bought steak in there, and I said, you know what, forget you. This is mine too. This is mine too. You're not going to be throwing bad energy at me when I'm coming to the store. So I went and I bought stock. And then when I went in there, I saw Rihanna. She looked so bad. That's the judgment of God. And I thank God for that. So just the way God did that judgment, the same energy, the same devil that is trying to be around me and make my area uncomfortable, God is gonna.
This wasn't a situation where only 2 people were exposed. Their children were inside the home. Rihanna's mother was there, staff members, people moving through what should have been a secure environment. And in a situation like that, there's no way to control where a bullet goes once it's fired. There's no guarantee. There's no precision once chaos starts. That's why prosecutors didn't treat this like a random scare. They treated it like something that could have escalated into multiple casualties within seconds. Because that's the reality of it. And then the story shifts from what happened to why it happened. And that's where everything starts to feel different. Because the person accused of doing this didn't just appear out of nowhere. This wasn't someone who happened to be nearby. This wasn't a neighbor. This wasn't someone who got lost and made a bad decision. According to reports, this was someone who traveled across the country, from Florida to California. That's not a short trip. That's not spontaneous. That's not impulsive. That's commitment. That's planning. That's someone deciding long before that night that they were going to show up. And when law enforcement intercepted her after the shooting, the details only added to that sense of intention. A weapon, a disguise, shell casings. That's not someone reacting emotionally in the moment. That's someone who came prepared. And preparation means forethought. It means time. It means this wasn't built in minutes. It was built over days, maybe weeks, maybe longer. And once investigators started digging into her online activity, it painted a picture that made the situation even more unsettling. Because this wasn't just about anger. It wasn't just about disliking a celebrity. It was deeper than that. There were posts directed at Rihanna, repeated mentions, accusations that didn't align with reality but clearly felt real to the person making them, claims about being targeted, claims about interference, claims about things happening behind the scenes that no one else could see. And that's where it shifts into something people don't like to talk about. Because it's uncomfortable, it forces you to acknowledge that not every threat looks obvious at first. Some of them build quietly.
Rihanna, no. You're not the eagle. They will soar high on wings like eagles. Rihanna wants to say that we are flying. That we are flying and we're not. She's not flying. She had a bad day. She looks really stupid and corny. She looks really stupid and corny. And everyone knows it. But the way that they want it, that girl, the way that Rihanna wants to kill me, she's the one who wants to kill me. The way that Rihanna wants to kill me shows that we're not going to show this right now. But this is my heart, Lord, and I am expecting and waiting in that beautiful time for you to show me what you're going to do and how you're going to deliver this promise. It's in my heart and it's in my vitality, and I'm very, very grateful to you for your abundant graces. Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future. You want to kill me. Shut the up, okay? Shut the up. Yeah, she's a witch. She's a witch. I'm a watchman. She's a witch. Get that stupid girl out of here, okay? They can't do this. They can't do this. What about my hands? What about these fingers over here? What about these 3 fingers? What about it? What about it? No, you're not here. You're rebuked. And even if you're here, there are many in this realm. There are many in this realm, and you are rebuked, and Jesus is the king, and you're just kicking and screaming on your way out and perishing. It's embarrassing.
Some of them develop in isolation, and from the outside, they just look like posts, videos, rants, easy to ignore, easy to scroll past. But from the inside, for the person creating them, it's not random. It's structured, it's connected, it's real. And when that belief system gets strong enough, it doesn't stay contained forever. Eventually, it looks for an outlet. And sometimes, that outlet is action. That's what makes this situation hit harder than most celebrity incidents. Because this wasn't about fame in the usual sense. This wasn't about attention or publicity. This was about fixation crossing into reality. And that's a different level entirely. Because once that line is crossed, it's not predictable anymore. There's no script. There's no warning sign that says, this is about to happen. It just happens. And by the time people realize what it is, it's already in motion. That's what Rihanna was dealing with in that moment. Not a rumor, not speculation, not something online, something real, something immediate, something that required action right then, not later. And now, legally, the situation reflects that level of seriousness. The charges being filed aren't minor: attempted murder, multiple counts tied to firearm use, charges connected to every person inside that property who was put at risk. Because legally, it's not just about who was targeted, it's about who could have been affected. And when you consider how many people were present, that number adds up fast. Bail set at nearly $2 million, that alone tells you this isn't being taken lightly. Because the system doesn't just respond to what happened, it responds to what almost happened. And what almost happened here is the part that stays with people. Because when you break it down, the difference between this being a news story and this being something far worse came down to seconds. One decision, one reaction. One moment where Rihanna trusted her instinct instead of questioning it. That's it. And when you realize how small that margin is, it changes how you look at the entire situation. It stops feeling like something distant. It stops feeling like something that only happens in extreme cases. It starts feeling close, real, possible, and that's what makes this stick, because it forces a question that doesn't have a comfortable answer. How many situations like this are already building right now, just not visible yet? How many people are creating narratives in their own minds, feeding into them, reinforcing them, until one day they act on them? Because if this showed anything, it's that the transition from online behavior to real-world action doesn't always come with a clear warning. Sometimes it's gradual, sometimes it's invisible, and sometimes it only becomes visible when it's already too late to stop it. And that's the part that people don't want to sit with, but it's the part that matters the most. Because this wasn't just about one night. It wasn't just about one person. It was about a pattern that built up over time and eventually crossed a line that can't be uncrossed. And for Rihanna and her family, that moment is something that doesn't just disappear after the headlines fade. It changes the way you move, the way you think, the way you exist in spaces that used to feel safe. And even if everything looks normal again from the outside, that feeling doesn't fully go away. Because once something like this happens, you don't just forget it, you adjust to it. And that adjustment becomes part of your reality whether you want it to or not.